Guys, I don't know how else to say it, but I think I got fired from my own car. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful afternoon here at the Holmes Racing shop. Got the black 18T out behind me. This is the car that we parked in Victory Lane last Saturday at the Roseburg Indoor for the Mike Lyons Memorial. On Sunday, got it out, got everything washed and mostly maintenanced. And now, in this video, we are gonna finish it all up and talk a little bit about who is gonna be driving it this weekend. But a little bit more on that later in the video. For now, I gotta finish getting this thing ready so we can get it scaled. So I quickly got to work on the 18T because it was starting to get dark, but I immediately ran into a problem that put our operations to a halt.
Are they hard like they were or not?
No, they're soft, but they kind of go hard maybe for a second, but right now there's not much.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Is it leaking?
Yeah. Yeah, the pucks are no good. You can ask Carly if it's okay to take her brake off, and then we'll
probably just have to slowly switch calipers.
Yep.
So I had a little bit of brake trouble when I first ran this car and really didn't think a whole lot of it. Maybe thought it was low on fluid. We checked, which it was. And they weren't like completely gone. They were just like kind of there all night, and it was just enough to where I could slow down a tiny bit if I needed to. But obviously before this thing hits the track again, we want to make sure that is fixed since we have a little bit of time here in the shop. And it looks like we're basically going to have to change the whole brake caliper to another setup and then get this one rebuilt.
They have O-rings in there, so.
What, you think one of them maybe just went bad? All right, so we just got the new one, which is literally a twin to that one off of Carly's car. It's a good thing we're doing this now, because I feel like as a car owner, you know, probably one of the worst things is when you have a driver in your seat and he comes in and says, I got no brakes, and you got to figure that out, because as a driver driving for someone else, that can be one of the most frustrating things. So Dad's getting that all hooked up. Are we gonna bleed the brakes? Yeah? So we'll bleed the brakes, and then I just got to get all the panels on this thing.
Okay, stop. You got pressure on them?
Yep.
And then they're gonna go all the way to you, and then just don't pump them.
Yep.
Okay, now, how do they feel?
Oh, way better. Like night and day. Night and day right there. All right, so our brake issues should be solved. Thank you, Dad.
You got your seat in your car.
He's referring to the 410 frame that I showed you guys in the last video. Seat is in, and I guess technically we have began work on it. So if you guys remember back to last year, I actually decided to put another driver in my Outlaw cart and see if we could go chase a victory. So I picked my good friend and ex-sprint car driver, Kyler Shaw, and we actually had a blast. We went out and raced, and I think he won a heat race, and then, you know, we had some unfortunate incidents happen, ended up starting the back of the main event, and then got in a crash and kind of destroyed the thing, but it still was a blast to kind of play that role of a crew chief and car owner and you know, work with the driver, trying to get him up to speed and basically making someone else go fast and not making yourself, you know, go that quick. So I figured we would once again do that, except we would we'd keep it in the family. And now Carly is going to pilot the black 18T. Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Excited?
I think so.
You can take it back to the garage. We're going to go scale. Car's all finished up. Got it basically ready to hit the racetrack. We're just going to throw it on scales, make sure our numbers are correct, and then try to get Carly a win up at the Roseburg Indoor this weekend. Actually, yeah, no, you get out of the car. Let's see if I can get it with a half pound without you in it. That's probably why. Oh, okay, so yeah, we're actually pretty good. Okay. Okay, so we've been having dilemmas.
Waste of time.
I won Carly a scale, so we got her in the car, and of course things look a little bit different because she's a different weight, but we're actually, I thought we were really far off where we were supposed to be, but we're actually like right on the money. So hang on, we'll adjust it.
I'll be in Mom's office. Be right back.
So we got this thing all scaled. It kind of took me a second there as I was overthinking where we were at. But Carly, I do have to ask you, you barely have any 4-stroke experience. How do you think this is going to be different since you mainly run a CR500?
I think it'll be different for sure, especially since 4-strokes, I think, pop more wheelies. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they pop more wheelies coming off the corner and stuff. So that's going to be something I'm probably going to have to get used to. But I did run a 4-stroke back in 250s for about 3 years, so I think it'll take me a little bit, but I should get used to it.
Yeah, and mainly what she's referring to is this just has so much more torque. Like the raw horsepower is not here compared to a CR500, but it makes up for it in other areas, and that's kind of why it can still be competitive in the class. So we're gonna get this thing all loaded up. I'm excited to have Carly run, and I'm pumped to get to be in a position too to try to keep this thing going fast around the track, and we'll kind of just have to see what gets thrown our direction. So now we're just quickly loading the trailer. Did all my tire work yesterday, and while I was in the process of doing that, I ended up kind of having to dismount a couple, flip some, and then mount up actually one new one just because I could not line up staggered this previous weekend, and I don't want to run into that issue again because it's easy to get your car off balance. And while I was doing that, I actually wanted to give you a quick 60-second tutorial on how we dismount our tires on the Outlaw karts. So first step here, we have our tire, and we need to remove the valve stem, which I already did to release all the air. Then we take our tire debeater, put your tire in here, and you want to raise it to the right setting. And then you just start working all the corners. Eventually, see, got enough pressure on it, and we were able to debeat it off the inside of the wheel. And you take a ratchet with a little 532 Allen socket, and then just take off the 6 Allens that hold the bead lock on. So we got all 6 of them off, we got the bead lock, and then we got the little spot for the mud cover, which is underneath the bead lock to hold it on. And now this is kind of the fun part. Got no bead lock on over there, debeaded on that side, and now you just kick it. Or the proper word probably would have been to stomp on it. And then you just easily pull the wheel out from the tire. Carly, what would you say our goals are for the weekend?
Well, I want to say win, obviously, but I would take first or second.
Solid top 3.
First or second. Nope, first or second.
First or second, okay. I mean, usually if you're gonna say second, you just say the whole top 3.
No, first or second.
Okay. There you go.
Good?
Yep. I think Carly has some great goals for this weekend. I think we both know that we want to, be in victory lane. And I know she can absolutely do that, but at the same time, we're just gonna go there, and do the process. Try to, rip off a good lap in qualifying, start up front in a heat race, then start in the back of the second heat, and try to finish as far up front in both of those so we can start closer to the front of the A main. It's a pretty simple way they do things. You just gotta be fast and you gotta pass cars, and I know that Carly can do that. She always has in her 22C and been a contender at Roseburg, and I think in this thing, as long as she, likes my setup and we can, hopefully don't have to change too much, but at the same time, as the position I'm in, I have to know that I can't be, I don't want to use the word emotional about it, but like even what makes me go fast might not make her go fast. So I'm going to be all ears, willing to listen, and whatever she wants to do, whether it's freeing up the car, tightening it up, less side by, more drive here or there, like we're going to do what we got to do to get her comfortable. And that's why I wanted her to put her seat in the car. Like I wanted her to feel like she was in her own race car, and whatever changes, we're going to start in a very similar spot because I think she is going to like it. But if for some reason, she's not 100% comfortable, we're going to try to go in that direction to, make her feel that way and, give her as much confidence as possible to go fast. Well, everything's all loaded up. This is really going to be a fun weekend, and I think the best part, Carly and I are so competitive, but it's going to be awesome that we're going to be working together, and we're both going to technically finish in the same spot. So if she wins, I win. If she runs second, I run second, and we're going to be, working towards the same goal instead of both chasing the same goal, and one of us has to lose. So I think that's going to be also, better for my parents, and overall, it's going to be fun for you. So we're both looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to ride along with us for the rest of 2023, hit that subscribe button and help us get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We'll see you guys all at the Roseburg Indoor tomorrow. Deuces.